Once upon a time, in a quiet old house nestled on the edge of a bustling city, there lived a unique creature known as a dust cat. This dust cat was no ordinary feline. It was a whimsical being made entirely of the finest particles of dust, lint, and forgotten memories. Its name was Whisker. The Birth of Whisker. Whisker came into existence one sunny afternoon when a gentle breeze swept through an open window, stirring up the dust that had settled in the corners of the attic. As if by magic, these tiny particles began to coalesce, forming the shape of a small, delicate cat. With a soft purr, Whisker opened its eyes and took its first steps into the world. Exploring the house. Curious and playful, Whisker spent its days exploring every nook and cranny of the old house. It darted under antique furniture, climbed up dusty bookshelves, and chased after sunbeams that streamed through cracked windows. The house was filled with hidden treasures, forgotten toys, old photographs, and trinkets from years gone by. Each discovery added to Whisker's form, making it more intricate and beautiful. Meeting other creatures. In its travels, Whisker encountered other inhabitants of the house. There was Mr. Squeak, the wise old mouse who lived behind the kitchen walls, Miss Moth, who fluttered around vintage clothes in the wardrobe, and Sir Spider, who spun intricate webs in high corners. They all welcomed Whisker warmly and shared stories of their lives within the house. Seasons change. As seasons changed outside, life inside the house also shifted. In spring, fresh breezes brought new particles for Whisker to incorporate into its being. Summer's heat made it retreat to cooler parts of the house. Autumn's falling leaves sometimes found their way inside, adding earthy tones to Whisker's appearance. Winter's chill made Whisker curl up in cozy spots near radiators or under warm blankets. The human connection. One day, while exploring the living room, Whisker noticed a young girl named Emily who had just moved into the house with her family. Emily loved to read books and draw pictures at an old wooden desk by the window. Intrigued by her creativity and kindness, Whisker began to watch her from afar. Over time, Emily started noticing little paw prints in the dust and tiny tufts of lint shaped like cat ears around her desk. She sensed she wasn't alone, but felt comforted rather than scared. One evening, as she sat drawing a picture of a cat with fluffy fur and twinkling eyes, she looked up and saw Whisker sitting quietly on her desk. A special bond. Emily reached out gently, and to her amazement, her hand passed right through Whisker's form without dispersing it. She smiled warmly and whispered hello. From that moment on, Emily and Whisker formed a special bond. They spent countless hours together, Emily drawing pictures inspired by Whisker's adventures, while Whisker listened intently to Emily's stories about school and friends. A parting gift. As years went by, Emily grew older and eventually moved away for college. On her last night in the house before leaving for her new adventure, she sat at her desk one final time with Whisker by her side. With tears in her eyes but a smile on her lips, she drew one last picture, a portrait of Whisker surrounded by all their favorite memories together. When morning came and it was time for Emily to leave home behind for new beginnings elsewhere, Whisker knew it too must move on, but not before leaving something special behind. A small heart-shaped patch woven from its own essence, placed gently atop Emily's final drawing as both farewell gift and reminder they'd always be connected no matter where life took them next. And so ends this chapter. But remember, dear reader, the story never truly ends, because even now, somewhere out there, another dust cat may be forming, ready to embark upon new adventures filled wonder and friendship, just waiting discovered.